Hi viewers, welcome to my class on mechanics of materials. In today's class, we'll work out another numerical example to draw the shear force and bending moment diagram for an overhanging beam subjected to UDL. Let us start. Draw the shear force and bending moment diagram for the overhanging beam carrying uniformly distributed load of 2 kN per meter over the entire length and a point load 2 kN as shown in figure. Locate the point of contraflexure. So the beam is overall 6 meter length and it is supported at A and B, and it's subjected to a point load at C and a uniformly distributed load of intensity 2 kN per meter. So first step, let us find out the support reactions. To find out the support reaction, you have to treat this as a point load. You can find out the resultant load due to this. Total resultant load will be 2 into 6. So that will be 12 kilonewton. 12 kilonewton acting at the center of 6 meter. That means at 3 meter away. 3 meter away from here. So that will give the resultant. Now let us calculate the reactions. Now taking the moment summation with respect to A, you will get 2 into 6, that is a resultant load, acting at a distance of 3, that is center of 6 meter. So 2 into 6 into 3, that will produce a clockwise moment. This reaction is producing an anti-clockwise moment. So minus RB into 4. And this will produce a clockwise moment 2 into 6. That summation is equal to 0. So by solving this, you will get RB as 12 kilonewton. So total downward load is 2 into 6, 12 plus 2, 14. Out of 14, 12 is taking the support. So remaining is 2 kilonewton. The RA should take 2 kilonewton. Total downward load is UDL part is 2 into 6 plus that point load 2 minus the support is sharing 12 kilonewton. So remaining is 2 kilonewton. So reaction at A is 2 kilonewton. Now we have to calculate the shear force and bending moment for this beam. Now this is a UDL, so we need to consider sections immediately right of A and immediately left of B. So if you take immediately right of A, the shear force is 2 kilonewton. So immediately right of A, shear force is 2 kilonewton. So when you take this section, only one force is there. This part of UDL is negligible. Now immediately left of B, if you take 2 and this part of load, this part of UDL only you take for 4 meter length, 2 into 4, 8 kilonewton. Okay. Left of B, the resultant of UDL is 8 kilonewton. 2 minus 8, so that will be the shear force for this section. 2 minus 2 into 4, this part of UDL is 2 into 4, so that will give minus 6 kilonewton at this section. So from this section, when you move to the right of B, addition of load is only 12 kilonewton. This part of UDL is negligible. You are only moving from immediately left to immediately right. The addition coming is 12 kilonewton. So already we know the shear force here as minus 6 plus 12. So that will give the shear force right of B. That is minus 6 plus 12. That will give 6 plus 6. So shear force right of B is plus 6. So let us take the section there and sum up once again 2 minus 8 because this part of UDL and plus 12. So this is already we have calculated minus 6 plus 12, 6 kilonewton. So that is the section right of B, and also you have to take left of C. When you take a section here, the complete UDL is acting down. So you have 2 kilonewton, complete UDL is acting down, that is 2 into 6 downward minus plus 12. So that will give the value of shear force left of C. Shear force left of C is 2. This total UDL up to here, 2 into 6 plus 12, this reaction will give 2 kilonewton. Now next you have to find out the bending moment. Bending moment at A is 0. Bending moment at A is 0. Bending moment at C is 0. To calculate the bending moment at B, we need to consider two forces. This reaction 2 kilonewton and this part of UDL. This part of UDL is 2 kilonewton per meter. For 4 meter it's acting. So the resultant load is 8 kilonewton. 2 into 4, 8 kilonewton. It will be acting at a distance of 2 meter. That is center of 4 meter. 2 meter away. So the moment due to this is 2 into 4 will produce a clockwise moment, 2 into 4, and due to UDL 2 into 4 is the load. It is acting 2 meter away, so 2 into 4 into 2, and that will produce a negative moment since it is downward and it is producing anti-clockwise rotation with respect to B. So bending moment at B is minus 8 kilonewton meter. So we got the bending moment at all the salient points A, B, C. Now let us plot the shear force diagram. Shear force right of A is 2 kilonewton and left of B it is minus 6 kilonewton, and due to UDL the shear force will vary linearly. So 2 to minus 6, the variation is linear variation because of UDL. So the variation is 2 to minus 6. You can join it by a straight line. And in the section BC, right of B you have 6 kilonewton and left of C you have 2 kilonewton. Again 6 to 2, that variation is linear variation. So you can show that linear variation in the section BC. So section AB 2 to minus 6, the straight line variation, and section BC 6 to 2. So again you can show straight line variation. But left of B to right of B, it is minus 6 to plus 6, and there is a sudden variation from minus 6 to plus 6. Immediately left to immediately right, minus 6 to plus 6, and that variation is happening because of this point load or reaction 12 kilonewton. So minus 6 to plus 6, it suddenly changes point B. So the net change is 12 kilonewton, that is because of the reaction 12 kilonewton. Now shear force is changing its sign in this particular point. So corresponding to this point, there will be a peak for bending moment curve. So wherever shear force is 0, bending moment should have a peak, or bending moment curve should have slope 0. That means bending moment curve will have a peak. So under UDL or UVL, when shear force changes its sign, you will get a peak for the bending moment curve. So this point is significant because bending moment will have a peak value corresponding to that point. We got the bending moment at A, B, C, but this point is also important since corresponding to that point we will have a peak value for bending moment. So to get this point, you can take a section and write down the shear force equation. Because this point is coming in the section AB, you can write down the shear force equation and then equate the shear force to 0. We will get the location or at what distance this shear force is coming to 0. So to write down the shear force equation, I have taken a section in the portion AB, and now you can see two forces on left side of that section. This reaction 2 kilonewton and UDL part. UDL part is for x meter, density is 2 kilonewton per meter. So the load will be 2x. Per meter 2 kilonewton. For x meter 2x kilonewton. So the shear force equation will be 2 minus 2x. 2 is upward, so plus, and 2x is downward, so minus. So shear force will be 2 minus 2x. We are not using this equation to calculate the shear force. We can use this equation to calculate the shear force at any point, This equation can be used to calculate the shear force if you substitute the value of x, or you can, if you know the shear force, you can find out the x distance or location where that shear force occurs. But in our case, we know the shear force here. The shear force is known and it is 0. So substitute shear force as 0. Then you will get the value of x, and solving this you get x is equal to 1 meter. So at 1 meter away from left end, the shear force is coming to 0. So we understood the point where shear force is 0, and corresponding to this point, now you need to find out the bending moment. To calculate the bending moment at that point, you can write down the bending moment equation for this section, because this point is coming in the section AB only. This is in the section AB, so you write down the bending moment equation for that section and substitute x as 1 meter, which will give the corresponding value of bending moment. So you already have that section in AB. Now you have to write down the bending moment equation. When writing the bending moment equation, now you have to multiply these forces with the distance. So already we have that forces. While writing the shear force, you have written that forces 2 upward and minus 2x because it's downward. So the forces already written. Now you have to multiply these forces with the distances. 2 is at a distance x, so 2x you can write. Okay, bending moment due to 2 is 2x, and minus 2x, and the downward force will produce negative shear force, and also it will produce negative bending moment. So minus 2x, that force, into the distance is x by 2. That downward force will act at a distance of x by 2. So minus 2x into x by 2, that will give the bending moment equation. So 2 into x minus 2x into x by 2, that is the bending moment equation. So my 2x minus 2x into x by 2, or 2x minus x square, is the bending moment equation. So after getting the bending moment equation, you can substitute any value of x to calculate the bending moment. If you substitute x as 0, you will get the bending moment at A, that will be 0. If you substitute x as 4 meter, you will get the bending moment at B. 4 meter if you substitute, you get 2 into 4, 8, minus 4 square 16, you get minus 8 kilonewton meter. So bending moment at B is minus 8. That we have already calculated. But here we are using that to find out the bending moment at 1 meter. So substituting x as 1 meter, you will get 2 into 1, 2, minus 1 square or 1. So you get the bending moment at 1 meter away from left hand as 1 kilonewton meter. So corresponding to this point, the value of bending moment is 1 kilonewton meter. Now you can plot the bending moment curve. Under UDL, the bending moment will vary parabolically. Parabolically, with a peak corresponding to this point where shear force is 0. So you will get a peak here, then it decreases to minus 8. You will get a peak here, then it goes to minus 8. So the variation is parabolic with a concave side down. Now if shear force is not coming to 0 in this section, and if the shear force diagram goes like this without any change of sign, then you can plot the bending moment curve of again parabolic variation. You can plot the bending moment curve like this. Parabolic variation you can show like this without a peak. Since the shear force has come to 0, there will be a point where bending moment curve has 0 slope. So slope is 0 here, it increases then decreases. So dm by dx is 0, slope is 0 here. So you should get a peak, and this peak point is important for us because this peak may be the maximum bending moment. But in this case, maximum bending moment is 8 kilonewton meter. So we got the variation for bending moment in the section AB. Now again section BC, you have to show parabolic variation. So parabolic variation again with the concave side down. So you have to plot it like this to 0. So you got the bending moment curve. Now after plotting the bending moment curve, you can observe that bending moment is changing its sign somewhere here. So this point is known as point of counterflexure, where bending moment changes its sign. In this case, either end it's 0, and here you have peak value 1 kilonewton meter. So this is already known 1 meter. So this should be another 1 meter. So this distance, total distance should be 2 meter. So that way you can calculate the point of counterflexure. It has to be 2 meter away from the left end. You can write down the equation and calculate. So you have to write down the bending moment equation for this section, that is section AB, and equal to 0 to get this point. Bending moment equation for the section AB you have already written, because this point is coming in the section AB. I already written the bending moment equation for that section to find out the bending moment corresponding to this point. So bending moment equation is already known, 2x minus 2x into x by 2 is the bending moment equation. Now equate this to 0 to get the point of counterflexure. Bending moment you can equate to 0. So this point bending moment is 0. So equate that to 0, which will give the value of x. Is 2x minus x square. Equate that to 0. X into x is a factor. X into 2 minus x is equal to 0. Either x should be 0 or 2 minus x has to be 0. So x is 0 or x is equal to 2 meter. 2 minus x 0 means x is 2. X is 2 meter. These are the solutions for this equation. X is 0 is not a required point, because x is 0 is not a point of counterflexure. X is 2 meter. It's this point where we have that point of counterflexure. So point of counterflexure is 2 meter away from the left end. So we have plotted the shear force diagram and bending moment diagram and marked the peak value of bending moment and also located the point of counterflexure. So that completes our bending moment diagram. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.